All right, it's been about 1 hour since the last video, and I got the sill plate on. It's tacked on, needs to be bolted. I got the insulation in. Now I'm going to use 1/2 inch plywood as the subfloor, and I've got some nice tongue and groove pine that is going to be the actual floor, but that's going to happen last. All right, 30 minutes later, the subfloor is on, and I got the seams pretty tight, but there's going to be tongue and groove flooring going this way over top of this. So this is really just for structural support, stiffen the floor, protect the foam during construction. I typically cut all my plywood right off the stack. You just slide it, that way the stack supports the rest of it. Saves a little bit of time. And I also typically use a drywall square to get pretty straight lines when I'm ripping plywood. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to put the saw up there. I'm gonna start cutting all the studs, and I'm gonna put all 4 corners up and then do the top plate, which I think is gonna be a double 2x4 top plate. And that'll give me kind of the superstructure. And then from there, I'll put in some studs and get ready to start doing rafters. The goal here is to get the roof deck on today. So if we get rain tomorrow, this will start staying dry. It's been like another hour. And now is the point where I start trying to think multiple steps ahead. And I'm actually going to remove these 2 corners, and I'm going to shrink these boards by 3 inches because I decided I want the plywood to actually come down and become flush to the bottom of this, so that way it will shed. It'll make a little bit of a gap here, but it's really thin. I'm not worried about it. But that way the plywood will come down, so any water that hits the side of the building gets behind the siding and gets to the house wrap, will make its way down and just fall right from here. And so that's going to cost me about a half an hour, but that's fine. I'm going to get a drink of water. It's been a couple more hours, and I've done a lot of changing things. I lowered the height of this wall again, and I figured out what the RO was going to be, or rough opening, for this primary window here. I decided how I'm going to do the door frame. I'm going to bring that 6-foot sill plate over, and it's going to hit the side of the frame, then go up, and then catch here again. So that way I get the most shear out of this wall. And I'm just racing for rafters. Well, there we are. That's about how far we made it today. I was really hoping to get the plywood on, but I'm not going to make it. But that's not bad. Not bad for 6 hours.